Hello. Happy Friday. I'm back. I'm back and I'm live. And you're getting me in all my glory. I'm in a sweatshirt and no makeup today. I've just been seeing clients and taking care of myself because it feels so good to be back in Nashville. But I'm back. So if you're joining, say hello. Let me know where you're joining in from. We have a fun topic today that I'm going to talk about. And it's a question that I get all the time, and I want to break it down in a way that feels really tangible. And I had a couple of very profound one-on-one sessions today, and this same theme came up, and so I'm going to share it with you guys today. So if you're joining, say hi. Let me know where you're joining in from. Hello, Rachel. Let's see who else is with us. The European, I don't know anyone's name. Hello, Hinsey. Hello, Ozma. Looks like Rich is here with us. Say hello if you're joining. If you are here, you are family. And I truly want you to feel that. Feel that in your heart. Feel that in your soul. I say that with so much transparency and love because I know that this can feel like we are separate. It feels like there is a screen here between us, but I want you to know that if you are here, you are in my space and I can energetically feel you. I can feel your nervous system. We are co-regulating with each other and I hope that you know that. Hi, Kate. So say hello. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about how your nervous system drives your reality today. So I'm going to give you a client example. I had a client that came into session with me today and she's navigating a lot in her life. Okay, she's navigating a potential divorce. There's a lot of shifting and changing that's happening in her life. And I have another client who is navigating a very similar situation. And this particular client that came into session today said to me, I'm afraid to keep moving forward because it feels so hard. And I know we've done a ton of work together and I have actually been able to feel things in a way that doesn't feel hard, but I don't understand how I'm supposed to move forward when I know what's coming. I know that if I continue to move forward and divorce this person, or if I continue to move forward and leave this situation, I know that it's going to be hard. And so I'm just not doing it because I'm not ready for it to be hard yet. And I paused her and I said, there's a belief here that all of this is going to be hard. And I said, what if it didn't actually have to be hard? What if there was a reality that did exist where it was easy? And she was like, well, I can't even fathom that. And I said, okay, well, let me tell you this. I have another client right now who is midway through a divorce and everything is going swimmingly in a way where the cards were pretty stacked against her. It shouldn't have, because everything in her reality would have probably told her that if she divorced this person or if she left this person, it was going to be hard. However, because she has done the work to truly know her nervous system and she has chosen a new belief for herself, the divorce has gone really easy. In fact, it's blowing her mind how easy it has become. So we started talking about this and she says, okay, well, I'm curious to know more about it. And so I started digging. We started digging into her situation. And so much of her history was based around feeling as if she was unable to be met with love equally. She had a lot of history in her past of being abandoned by both mom and dad. She would show up, dad would leave. Mom wouldn't be able to meet her emotionally where she needed to be met. And so she never really had an example of what it meant to be loved equally. In fact, the deeper fear that she told me was that I don't feel like I am actually capable of falling in love. I don't even know what that feels like. She's in her 50s. She says, I don't even really think that there is a man out there that I can fall in love with. And that's terrifying to me. That's really terrifying. So we started feeling into it. I said, when you think about that belief that I am unable to be met with love equally, what do you notice in your body? And immediately her chest started to tighten. And I said, okay, let's feel into that for a second. And as I was doing SE on her, we started to feel into her chest. She started to notice that it was expanding. And I said, I'm curious, do you notice that there are any visuals that are coming to you right now? And she immediately reverted back to being a little girl alone in her room with no one there to support and comfort her. That was viscerally alive in her body. We did some SE around it, and then I interrupted her and I said, okay, tell me this. She has a daughter. Who in your life do you really love? She said, well, my daughter. I really love her. I said, okay, beautiful. Does your daughter love you? Do you feel like she loves you? And she said, yes, 1000%. I said, okay, talk to me about that. How do you know that your daughter loves you? And also, how do you know that you love your daughter? And so she started talking about this beautiful scenario that happened where she was attacked by a dog a few months ago. And the moment she walked in, her daughter said, oh my gosh, Mom, I can't believe this happened to you. And her daughter rushed over to her and gave her a hug. She's like, I love you so much. I'm so glad you're okay. I said, okay. So I want you to feel that viscerally inside of your body. I want you to feel what it feels like to notice that you love your daughter and she loves you equally. Like that is an equal exchange. What do you notice when you feel that? She goes, my chest feels expansion. Like I feel open. Like I feel this like tingly feeling. She described it as if there was like saran wrap wrapping the two of them together. And I said, okay, I want you to feel that. I viscerally want you to feel it. Now, here's where the kicker comes in. And this is what I want you to understand. I told her. In any moment, two beliefs can be true to you. In that moment, she had proof that she was unable to be met with love equally, because that is what happened to her in her past. There was a track line of survival that was so alive in her body that it was true. And in the same moment, she was also able to feel what it felt like to be met with love equally with her daughter. So here we had two different scenarios, one based in survival, one based in connection, alive in the body at the same time. Now, because of her past and because of most of our pasts, we are conditioned to choose survival as our primary baseline. We orient to survival, so much so that the belief that I am unable to be met equally in love becomes what we believe because we orient towards it. We focus on it. But there is another truth that is available to her, which is I am met equally. She has proof. So then I asked her, okay, let's strengthen that proof. Who else in your life meets you equally? She started naming off all of these friends that she loved unconditionally, and she knew that they loved her back. I said, so this entire belief that you have that you cannot be met equally in love is actually, it may be true to you from a survival sense, but there's another reality that does exist that shows you the opposite. So at the end of the day, what are you orienting towards? And she realized in that moment, wow, I actually am met with love equally. I do have proof that love is equal. I'm just choosing to not focus on it. And this is what happens with so many of us, you guys. So then it circled back to, okay, if you know that you want to be met equally and you're in a situation where you think that this reality of moving through this divorce and going through the other side is going to be hard, what if there was a new belief there that you had proof for that your nervous system could orient towards? What if it gets to be easy? Your reality is a reflection of your most predominant frequency. The only difference between this client who's having a difficult time exiting the divorce and my other client who's navigating her divorce with ease is that the client who's navigating her divorce with ease is orienting to, her nervous system is orienting to, her nervous system is focusing on, her nervous system is choosing to be with safety instead of survival. She's allowing that to be her primary baseline. So many of us have things in our lives that we don't desire. People that work with me, I have a caveat. I say this with every single client that comes into my programs. You are going to have to turn a mirror on yourself and recognize that your reality is a reflection of your most predominant frequency. I say this all the time. Your frequency is driven by your nervous system. If you don't know how to access safety as your primary baseline, you will naturally choose survival because that is what the majority of us have learned is acceptable. The majority of the world that we live in is walking around in survival all the time. Everyone is in urgency. Everybody is terrified. Survival is everywhere. So it is a choice to orient towards safety. That is a choice, which is what I teach you how to do. How do we start to navigate so that that becomes our primary baseline? Because the truth is, it's not that life isn't hard. It's not that life isn't going to throw curveballs your way. But how can you embrace the emotions that are associated with that? How can you be with sadness? How can you be with anger? How can you be with frustration? How can you be with neglect? How can you be with those things and not let them consume your primary baseline? That is what I mean by your nervous system drives your reality. In any moment, we all have two truths available to us at all times. I'll give you a personal share, a story of mine. I used to have a very deep belief that I was leavable and I was alone. It was a very, very deep belief. So much so that every man that came into my life would eventually leave and I would be left alone. And one day, my best friend, who you guys have seen me talk with and share here on my Instagram page, said to me, and I tell this story all the time, she said to me, I'm here for you, but I'm kind of getting sick and tired of hearing you talk about how alone you are. When every single time something horrible has happened in your life, and when things are great, I've never left. I'm still here. And I realized in that moment that I was choosing, I am alone and I am leavable. And I had so much freaking proof that there were so many people in my life who have never left and I wasn't alone. But I was choosing to focus on how alone I was. That became my reality. What you focus on will become your reality. And so once I was able to orient towards that, I started to recognize, wow, when I am with her, when I am with my people, I am so safe and I'm so loved. And I can feel that sense of resonance inside of my system. And when I feel that space of resonance and I can feel that sense of safety and I can feel that sense of love, it attracts more of it. It attracts more safety. It attracts more love. It attracts more abundance. Because the universe responds to your most predominant frequency. And then I started attracting men that were safe. It was wild. It was crazy to me when it happened. All because I was shifting the primary baseline of my nervous system to orient to safety over survival. And this is why this work is so important. Anything you desire for yourself is possible. Anything. It's just that your nervous system is orienting towards survival and keeping you from the things you want. So when you can learn the language of your system, you can start to orient towards more safety. You can start to look at these beliefs that have kept you in a survival state over and over and over again. And you can learn to shift them. You can shift your reality and you can shift it fast. That is the power of this work. This is what I teach inside of my programs. Yesterday I announced that I launched a huge deal yesterday. If you come into my home membership, okay, which is a monthly membership, inside of that membership, you get a 90-minute somatic therapy session every month. You get a 30-minute learning workshop from me every month. You get access to a private Telegram group with a whole load of kick-ass women inside of that container. You get access to special guests. I do journal prompts every Monday. You get a mini training from me every Friday. It's like so much content and so much help. If you join my monthly membership for the next 24 hours, you're going to get a VIP one-on-one Telegram day with me, which means you and I for 24 hours inside of Telegram, where I am working with you in a nervous system sense around your limitations, your survival patterns, okay? It expires. It's supposed to expire tonight. I'm going to extend it to the morning because there's some of you that are coming in and some of you I've been talking to in the DMs that I want you to take advantage of this. But if you sign up for the membership, it is $2.99 a month, you guys. That is one therapy session, right? It's actually less than one therapy session, okay? If you sign up, you will get a VIP one-on-one day with me, right? So come into home. Drop the word home below. Send me a DM with the word home. Come inside. Because together in that one-on-one session, we're going to look at what are these beliefs? What are these survival patterns that you are choosing over patterns of connection and love that are keeping you from the things you desire? Whether it's massive amounts of abundance, or it is the relationship that you desire, or attracting healthy partners, or feeling really good in your body, whatever it is, there is a pattern of dysregulation that's keeping you from that thing. And we have to identify it. We have to start to orient your nervous system towards safety as its primary baseline. And the more you do this, things will come in with ease. So this is what I mean by your reality is a reflection of your nervous system. When you start to learn this language, you begin to have control over your reality and the things you desire. It's that simple. Okay? So happy Friday. I have a wild Saturday planned. I have my nephew all day tomorrow, which I'm so excited about. And tonight I have dinner with a dear friend. I have a really exciting weekend planned. I love all of you. I'm going to try my best to go live tomorrow, but I can't promise anything because I'm going to have a 4-year-old running around attached to my hip. But I will definitely go live on Sunday. So hopefully this was helpful. Please drop questions that you have in my DMs, because I want to know them. And if you are ready to do the work, come into home. Like if you are ready to shift your reality, come inside of home. It is an incredible community of women. They are making magical things happen. But go visit my stories, check out the wins, and then send me a DM. So I love you guys so much. I will see you on Sunday. I hope all of you have a fantastic Friday night. See you soon.